I'm pleased to be joined today here by John Elder Robeson, author of Be Different and Look Me in the Eye. Talk a little bit, if I could ask you, as a parent, you're the parent of an Aspergian as well as being an Aspergian. How did that change your perspective on towards Asperger's and what you needed to do as a parent?
Well, when I saw my kid having the same kind of social failures that I had when I was little, I would pick him up and I would tell him, you know, what he could do different. I would say, well, if you did this instead of that, he would share the truck with you instead of hit you with it. And at first I was shocked by the belligerence and the stubbornness of that kid of mine. And he was really difficult to train. You didn't just like pick him up and say something to him and he would go, yes, wondrous, da-da, and sit back down and do it. You know, he would hit me with the truck. And it took me thousands and thousands of repetitions, but it eventually took. And by the time he was 16, Cubby had so many more friends than I ever had. Cubby, as a 10th grader, he would have 5 and 6 kids come over and they'd like watch movies and eat popcorn and stuff on Saturday nights, and I couldn't even have dreamed of that. And I think a significant part of that was how I would sort of show him stuff. And of course he's a kid, so he wouldn't give me any credit at all for that, but I think I can take pride in having done that, even though he probably wouldn't say so.
Are there things that you feel that kids just have to learn for themselves in their experiences in growing up, and how did you draw some of those lines in terms of things where you said, okay, he's just got to learn this himself?
Well, I think that you got to learn like how to not make a complete fool of yourself, and you got to learn, you know, you got to learn those kinds of things by experiencing some consequence from doing the wrong thing. And the thing about Cubby, and I think with many of us with Asperger's, is he would do the wrong thing, and then he would just be stuck. He wouldn't have a path to go from doing the wrong thing to having any inkling of what the right thing might be to do. And that was where telling him the right thing could have an effect, because you would pick him up and you might tell him that, and like for the first 100 times he would just argue with you, but then he might on the 101st time decide to try it. And then if it worked, it would become self-reinforcing. And that was kind of how it was.